A mystical force took a teenage girl to the other world, and now it's hunting her family. Can the psychics stop it? Don't miss out. You're watching Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate high-profile criminal cases and enigmatic mystical anomalies. Yulia Kyrlas lives in a village not far from the capital. She's a homemaker. At first glance, she's a regular woman. But her daily life is filled with horror. Her home has turned into a tomb. There are strange footsteps in the house. Doors open and close on their own, windows shatter. And the moment the sun sets, something mysterious stirs in the attic. It sounds like someone is running in the attic and throwing objects around. Irina says that when she and her husband went up to investigate, they were shocked. Everything was in its place. There was no one in the attic.
There was no wind, no draft. Just strange noises, bizarre things, inexplicable anomalies.
But what frightens her most is strange weeping. Irina hears it even when there's no one around. She's certain it's her late daughter, Yulia, crying. She died 2 years ago. The official police version is drowning. Yulia went swimming with friends, swam out too far, and drowned. The girl was only 14.
It was such a shock for me.
We all loved her deeply. She was so cheerful, she was never sad. I couldn't believe it.
Irina is convinced her daughter's death was no accident, and it's connected to the paranormal events in their house.
Maybe my daughter is trying to send me a message to say that her death wasn't an accident.
Irina fears that the dark force in the house might take someone else. Her younger children, Polina or Artem, or her beloved husband, Serhiy. That's why she decided to seek help from the psychics.
I get a strange feeling as if the girl is underwater and something grabs her. It crushes her chest, restricts her arms, and then pulls her down by the leg. It's horrible. This feels like murder. And worst of all, I sense that a family member is involved.
Like she's being wrapped in an invisible thread, something sticky and unpleasant like cobwebs. And she isn't the same anymore. She changed. We need to go to the scene and figure out what really happened and why the beauty died.
The psychics arrive at the family home. Irina is home alone. Her husband, a construction worker, is away on business. Artem is at school, and Polina is at kindergarten. So there's no one else home but Irina.
Hello.
Irina and her family have lived in this house for over 10 years. She and her husband bought it together. Now, Irina's elderly parents also live with them, as she felt that would be best.
We need to work in the house.
Sorry, but I don't want to go inside. I feel there's something out here in the yard.
Jake Ryder walks around the yard, saying nothing to anyone. Meanwhile, Hala Polishchuk and Irina enter the house.
I'd like to check here. I sense she loved to read.
It's her reading spot. It's almost exactly as it was when Yulia was alive.
She wanted to leave and start a different life, not the one she had here.
Yes, she dreamed of becoming a journalist.
Yulia wanted to move to the capital to study journalism, write articles, and one day publish a book about love. But she never got the chance to make her dream come true. But why did it happen? Could a supernatural force really have taken her life?
I heard a soft voice. The voice was female. It sounded like someone was crying quietly. I thought it might be the girl's soul, trying to say something, but unable to. I keep hearing this soft humming all the time.
I hear it too.
I've heard it the whole time I've been here. I'm trying to tune in to Yulia. I don't get it whether it's her or not.
Is Irina right? And her daughter is really trying to deliver a message from the other side? But what's she trying to say?
Holla!
Oh God, it's Jake.
I heard groaning on the roof. I climbed up, but there was no one there. But I felt a supernatural presence beside me. It got me seriously scared.
What happened, Jake?
In the attic, some kind of entity almost killed me. First, I heard a strange sound, like crying, and then things started falling.
We hear those attic noises all the time. It sounds like heavy wooden beams being slammed over and over.
You're right to suspect your daughter's death wasn't just a tragic accident.
I have the feeling like I can't breathe properly. So horrifying. I feel Yulia's death right now.
I had a vision at that moment. I'd had it at the start of the investigation. The one in which someone, or something, grabbed the girl by the legs.
Could your daughter have been murdered?
Let's check the lake where it happened.
The lake where Yulia's body was found is in the neighboring village, 4 kilometers away.
We need to go there.
I feel like they weren't walking but riding.
They rode bicycles.
Yulia and her classmates really did ride bikes to the lake. There were 5 of them, 2 boys and 3 girls.
It was her first time at this place.
It was an ordinary day during a weekend. I was home. Yulia left at around 11 a.m. She hadn't planned to go there. They talked her into it, and she agreed. And that's how she ended up at that cursed place.
She went because someone she liked was there.
After Yulia died, I found her chat with a boy. He invited her there.
I'm tuning in. One was a close friend, and the other girl, a little plump, was very strange. Yulia studied with her, but she wasn't a friend.
Yes, one of them was Natalia. She and Yulia were very close. And the other one, I wouldn't call her a friend, but they were classmates. And yes, she's chubby.
I'm freezing all over. My whole body feels twisted. Wait, that's the exact position your daughter was found in.
When Yulia Kyrlas's body was found, it was at a depth of about 2.5 meters. She was almost standing upright, legs slightly bent, torso extended, and arms tucked beneath her.
Strangely, it feels like my hands are bound, but not with rope. It's some kind of fabric.
That's exactly right. When they found her, her hands were wrapped in a checkered shirt. That's how she was positioned, just like that.
When her body was recovered, her hands were wrapped in a shirt. According to Yulia's mother, the shirt belonged to her daughter's friend, who was also at the lake that day.
Her friend had given Yulia the shirt before her death.
Yulia loved her deeply.
It turns out, Yulia liked her friend's shirt a lot and would borrow it occasionally. That summer day, she wore Natalia's shirt to the lake. But why, then, were Yulia's hands bound when her body was found?
That girl, the chubbier one, couldn't swim. Yulia stood in the water just deep enough to wet her feet. She walks forward slowly but suddenly slips. Yulia doesn't understand. She doesn't understand if she's joking, playing. But then, the girl slips further. But she's not screaming, so nobody hears her. She just slid silently into the water, and Yulia rushed toward her.
Most of the villagers suspect Yulia's classmate of murder. But is that true? Why would the girl want to drown Yulia?
I see Yulia rush toward her, and the other girl looks terrified. When Yulia reaches her, she pushes her away. She didn't pull her.
The frightened girl tries to push off Yulia, and in doing so, she drags her under. She didn't mean to drown her. She was simply terrified and trying to get out of deep water.
About 15 meters from the bank, there's a sudden drop into a pit around 3 meters deep. It's very steep. It's likely that the girl, unable to swim, was walking at a safe depth, but slipped into the pit and began to drown.
She makes it back to shore, but Yulia doesn't, and she doesn't run for help or scream.
I think the others had stepped away. When they returned, they saw Yulia's classmate, terrified, standing on the shore.
We found Yulia's friend, Natalia, who had been at the lake that day with their classmates. She refused to speak on camera, but in a private conversation, she said that she and the boys had been to the store to buy water, leaving Yulia and another girl on the beach. Natalia and the boys had returned 20 minutes later, and Yulia had been gone.
Only the frightened girl stood on the shoreline. She never said Yulia was in the water. All she managed to say was that Yulia had gone to hide somewhere.
Natalia raised the alarm once everyone realized Yulia was missing. They kept asking the girl where Yulia was, but she wouldn't say anything. They called the police, and only after that did the ambulance arrive.
Yulia was found half an hour later. She was already dead. Her classmate burst into tears and started screaming. She said she had panicked and couldn't believe Yulia had tried to save her and drowned instead. She thought maybe Yulia had just hidden somewhere. But why were Yulia's hands bound, preventing her from getting out of the water?
Most likely, Yulia tried to escape from the water, but her shirt began to float up, covering her face and blocking her breathing. She may have tried to pull it off and got tangled, and from there, it was a matter of seconds. Water entered the airway and she drowned.
Something was holding her in the water, but I don't see a rock or a root. I can't tell what it is, but it's dark. Then I heard it again. A moan, a cry, growing louder and louder. I felt like a weeping woman was standing behind me. My legs just gave out. Her energy was so dark that it terrified me.
I feel like something is grabbing me by the shoulders, trying to drag me underwater. I barely have the strength to resist it. It's the same entity I felt on the roof, the one that tried to kill me.
What is the entity which has already threatened the psychics today? Who or what held Yulia beneath the water? And more importantly, why?
Such a lovely dog.
I get the feeling of a spirit speaking through this dog.
It's a man.
Easy, boy, easy.
Wait! This is your husband, Yulia's father.
It turns out Serhiy is Irina's second husband. He's the father of Artem and Polina. Yulia was born from her first marriage. Her biological father died of tuberculosis 5 years ago in winter. Due to personality clashes, he and Irina divorced when Yulia was little.
But the father loved his daughter deeply. I think he even tried to get custody over her.
After the divorce, the man begged his ex-wife to let him take their daughter, but Irina refused. So Yulia only saw her father on weekends.
His spirit tried to protect her when she was alive. He tried to protect her from the force that was watching her. It clung to the girl like a leech, pouring darkness into her. I'm hearing a voice. It's Yulia. She wants us to go to her grave.
The psychics head to the cemetery where Irina's daughter is buried. It's gotten dark by this time,
During the ritual, I again sensed a presence beside me. A chill swept through the air, but it wasn't Yulia. I saw an image. A sticky thread was wrapping around the girl. I had the feeling that recently, Yulia had changed a lot.
In the past year and a half, she did change. She'd always been kind and positive, but for some reason she became obsessed with horror movies. I don't know why.
But what does it all mean? Was it just a typical teen phase? Or was something truly influencing Yulia?
Again, the woman is wailing again.
The voice from the other side.
The same wail I heard in the house. Jake, where are you taking us?
Jake Ryder walks off in an unknown direction.
I can't go any further.
Holla.
I just couldn't concentrate. The woman's wailing was growing louder and louder. It was unbearable.
The voice brought me here, to this grave.
I know who it is. She was the former owner of our house.
She's somehow connected to your daughter.
What does she want?
She wants revenge. She didn't die a natural death, did she?
She was poisoned.
It turns out, the house used to belong to a village shopkeeper named Maria. She had 2 sons, both of whom left the village and never returned. So, Maria lived alone. But one day, the neighbors found her dead in her house.
She was poisoned.
She had been somewhere with bars. A prison.
Yes, she served time in prison.
Wait, she's saying, they robbed me and killed me. What was stolen from her?
As far as I know, she went to prison for embezzling from her shop. She handed over the money, but when she got out, no one returned it, and she was poisoned. At least, that's what people say.
It wasn't just money. She's showing me boxes, merchandise.
She sold vodka.
Indeed, the woman sold alcohol and associated with people who had a criminal reputation in the village. The locals recall frequent arguments coming from her house.
When I heard that awful crying again, I realized it was her, Maria, her spirit. Before she died, she suffered terribly. She was consumed by hatred. She knew she'd been poisoned and had enemies. When someone dies a violent death steeped in hatred, their soul can't rest. And then you moved into her home. Your daughter, innocent and sensitive, became vulnerable, and Maria's spirit began creeping into her mind. This entity that haunted her, it needed someone to fuel with anger. She could have become violent, even a criminal. It's like a short circuit in her brain. One moment she was kind, and the next moment she got aggressive. I'm afraid she could have gone mad from the chaos in her head. Maria's thirst for revenge was so great that she managed to pierce into our world, even into the mind of a living person.
Was Yulia's father trying to protect her from that spirit?
Yulia's father saw everything from the other side. He didn't want his daughter to become a murderer or lose her mind. It was he who grabbed her by the legs in the river and held on. He took her to the other world, but in doing so, he saved her.
His soul didn't want her to become a monster. He wanted her to be a hero, and she died a hero.
It's hard to believe, but Irina says that shortly before her daughter's death, she had truly changed. At times, she would fall completely silent, scream, or even throw things at her younger siblings. But the most frightening thing was that more and more often she started talking about death.
Strangely enough, it was her father who tried to warn Irina that Yulia was in danger. He was the poltergeist in the house. Both Yulia's father's spirit and the spirit of the former homeowner were in the house, and he was sending signs trying to reach the girl. This is truly terrifying.
She's still not at rest. That's why she wails inside the house. I fear her soul will seek out another soul to possess.
We have to release her soul.
How do we do that?
Let us perform a ritual.
Irina, forgive her and let her go. Let her find peace.
I see flickering light. It darkens, then brightens.
Her soul is growing lighter.
Go to your own time and space. Rest in peace.
I'm feeling a little better.
That's a good sign.
Her soul was insane. Rest in peace.
A horrifying series of murders keeps the entire city in fear. Don't miss out. The ghosts of the victims will expose the cruel maniac. Ukraine. May 2018, 8 p.m. Hundreds of people gathered to celebrate the day of their city in the Central Park. Little did they know that within just a few hours, they would all be searching for a missing girl named Maria.
Maria Zakharevich, 17 years old, dressed in a white sweater and jeans. Such announcements flooded all social media.
It was the 26th, the day of the city. After we met, we went for a walk in the park. Then Maria suddenly said she wanted to go home. She hugged me, said goodbye, and left.
Veronika still doesn't understand why her friend decided to leave so abruptly, especially since she promised her mom she'd be home by 11.
It's a 5-minute walk from the park to Maria's home. However, she never returned there.
I called her and heard the tone, but she wouldn't answer.
Maria's mother called all her daughter's friends, but Veronika was the only one who had seen Maria before she disappeared.
What else could we think? Something happened to the child. That's it.
The celebration ended. All of Maria's family and friends rushed to search for the missing beauty.
We went to the park and searched the entire area. I kept dialing her number, but again, there were just the tones, but no answer.
We showed everyone her photo and dropped by all the cafes around.
But no witnesses or no leads were found.
A patrol car stopped, and I explained everything. We reported her as missing.
The police spent several hours searching around the park, nearby streets, stations, and residential areas. Patrol cars circled everywhere, sirens blaring. The search lasted for 14 hours, but had no results. The only hope was to track her phone. But the satellite data shocked everyone. The signal came from the Central Park, which the police officers and volunteers had scoured thoroughly.
However, even after another attempt, they found no girl, or at least her phone. The police immediately called in a K-9 unit.
The dog picked up the trail and finally found Maria. She lay in the bushes, partially undressed and lifeless. Her phone was nearby, still ringing as her worried mother kept dialing her.
She was just there, next to the path. Why couldn't anyone find her? There were so many people. Could she have been dropped there later?
I didn't believe it until the end. I kept saying it wasn't her. I don't even want to accept it.
The cause of Maria's death was mechanical asphyxiation due to strangulation. Horrific bruises remained on her neck from the killer's hands.
The question keeps haunting me. Why? She was such a small, innocent girl.
The police didn't view the version of robbery as the motive for the murder because all Maria's valuables were found near the body. Only her shoes, jeans, and underwear were missing.
The crime could have been an attempted rape. And the killer took the victim's belongings because it bore his DNA. However, the initial examination revealed no signs of genital injuries typically present in sexual assault cases. But her face was badly bruised.
The investigation hit a dead end.
They found no fingerprints, nothing. I couldn't even imagine how hard it would be.
The inhuman act not only claimed the girl's life, but also shattered her mother's world.
She was my only child, and I devoted myself to her. Now, I have nothing to live for. It's been so long. I want them to finally find my daughter's murderer.
I want to ask the psychics to help us find out who did.
our project's experts, Olga Kalinova and Yana Pasinkova, take on the case.
Yesterday, Maria's spirit visited to me. She extended a glove to me and said, "When you see this thing, there'll be two of us."
Does it mean the maniac is now hunting someone else? But then I couldn't have imagined that the following day I'd look right into the eyes of the one who hurt the poor girl. I see an image now. It's either a well or a tunnel. It's dark. The lid above my head closes and the light disappears. The secret in the water will be revealed when the woman emerges from the tunnel.
The following morning, the psychics are already at the building where Maria lived.
Hello.
Hello?
Please come in. My daughter was murdered. I want you to find who did it.
I see him descending somewhere. It's a place where he spends most of his time.
There's light, but it's coming from underground, and I can't see anything. A dark room, and he goes out for a hunt, like a beast, you know?
When she was murdered, I said, "My dear, please tell me what happened to you." And I had a dream. There was a cabin, and from the cabin, a creature, like a werewolf, emerged.
I see an image. A man's large hand with something resembling a postage stamp in it. This small detail will expose the murderer.
A voice told me, "You will save 2 lives when the girl removes the pendant with the red gem." It was Maria's voice, but what exactly did she mean?
Whose lives need saving? And what does a pendant have to do with it?
I need to tune into the place where your daughter's body was found. Stop. Your daughter is showing me a white sweater.
Maria gave me this sweater just 2 days before her death. She said, "Mommy, wear this sweater and always remember me."
I asked Ina to bring the sweater with her.
5 minutes later, the psychics are in the park, where nothing reveals the recent brutal murder that occurred here.
Whenever I think of her lying here, I haven't been here in a long time. I brought flowers, but after that, I couldn't come back.
At that moment, I saw a similar image. The park, and flowers being thrown to the ground by a man. If only I had known, I was seeing the one who murdered the innocent girl. This young man was alone, standing in the darkness, waiting for his victim. I hear only one thought in his mind. She must not see my face. He waited until the girl reached the end of the path, where there were no people at that moment. Then he crept up to her, and then I only saw a swing of his hand.
She felt pain in her head. She didn't understand what was happening and passed out immediately.
Did he attack her from behind?
Your daughter fell face down. That's why her face was covered and bruised.
Her head was, and nose were bloodied.
The murderer couldn't reveal himself or show his true face, because in real life he hides behind the mask of an ordinary man.
But who is this person? Why did he kill the girl? And why did he take her clothes?
It's a trophy. He holds them, scenting your daughter's dead body, and it helps him recall the moment when she stopped breathing. It gives him great pleasure.
He likes remembering his crime. It incites lust within him. The lust was the motive of the murder. He raped your daughter.
When the forensic experts announced their conclusion later, it came as a shock for the family, as Maria had indeed been raped.
The police initially failed to find characteristic signs or evidence of sexual assault, as the girl was unconscious during the attack.
She didn't understand what was happening, and she didn't feel pain when he raped her.
I had another dream. She told me, "Mommy, I didn't even realize what happened to me."
He's tall and skinny and his hair is cut short. It was too dark here, so I can't see him properly. God, who is this man? Who killed you, my dear girl? Your daughter is here now. She's reaching out to touch you.
My baby daughter. I love you so much. I don't know what to do or how to go on living without you. I only lived for you.
She says, I want to be with you too, but what you were going to do wouldn't unite use. Did you try to commit suicide?
Yes, when she died. I didn't want to live anymore.
Maria, tell us, who killed you? What did he look like? She says, Nika knows what the murderer looks like. But who is Nika?
It's her friend Veronika. Everyone called her Nika.
She might be able to describe the murderer. Perhaps she knows him, or she probably witnessed Maria's murder.
She was the last person to see her alive.
They were together on that day. Her and Maria, just the two of them.
Veronika didn't tell you everything she knows about that terrible evening. Where can we find her?
I don't know for sure where she lives, but I have her phone number.
Can we call Veronika now?
Yes. Veronika, can we meet and talk? At the place where you and Maria parted ways.
Yes, I can.
The psychics are at the local printing house. According to Veronika, Maria went home through the park from here.
Hello. You were the last person to see Maria alive.
Yes. Maria and I were sitting on the benches near the fountain. Then Volodymyr and Danilo phoned us.
It turns out that Volodymyr and Danilo go to the same school as the girls, and Veronika had started communicating with them recently.
What was next?
They suggested going for a walk and we met up. We stood there and talked, and then we came here. And Maria said she wanted to go home.
But I sensed that one of the boys didn't want to let Maria go. Which one?
Volodymyr, he suggested walking her home, but she refused and said she would be absolutely fine going alone.
I understood that Veronika wasn't telling us everything. I sensed that someone called you and informed you that Maria was killed even before her mother found out.
Yes, I was asked not to tell anyone.
Do you have a photo of this, Volodymyr? Wait. Yes, he's the one who informed you about your friend's death. While the entire city was still searching for Maria, he already knew she was dead. But how?
Volodymyr called me. His friend's mother is a forensic scientist, and she told him that they had found Maria in the park.
Wait. There's someone else who's connected to the police. And they are somehow linked to this Volodymyr and your daughter's murder.
It's a uniformed man.
He has a friend, and her father is an investigator. He's the one who found Maria.
Incredible. One person discovered the body and another conducted the examination. Yet neither yielded any evidence nor fingerprints that could lead to the murderer. And both of these people know Volodymyr.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
What are the clairvoyants trying to say? Could Volodymyr be involved in the girl's murder?
At the interrogation, the young man told the investigators that he had gone home that evening and hadn't seen Maria again. However, I'm surprised that the police didn't conduct any additional interrogations to prove his alibi.
I sensed that this young man was in love with your daughter. But his feelings weren't mutual.
He liked Maria a lot, but she didn't pay attention to him.
Could the young man have taken Maria's life simply because she didn't return his feelings?
At that moment, I heard Maria's voice. She said, "There is a girl whose silence unleashed the murderer." I thought it might be Veronica, but then I suddenly saw a horrifying scene. I see a girl of about 18. She's wearing sportswear. She's on an evening jog. And behind her, I see the silhouette of a tall man.
The clairvoyant feels unwell. Olga Kalinova asks for a few minutes to regain composure.
Please explain what you saw here.
I had a vision of the man attacking the girl. He struck her on the head and dragged her into the bushes, where he began choking her, just like Maria. He wanted to kill her, but this girl survived.
She was moments away from death, but someone startled him, and he fled. But who was it? Vladimir or someone else?
He has the same energy as the man who took Maria's life. But unlike your daughter, this girl remembered the face of the attacker. I sensed that he acted carelessly and seemed confused. All because this unknown girl was his first victim.
I didn't know that. If I had known, she would have stayed home, and I wouldn't have let her go anywhere.
Your daughter died a few days after the maniac attacked his first victim. And it could have been different if that girl hadn't remained silent.
She didn't go to the police immediately. She didn't even tell anyone right away. She was shocked, you see.
That's why Maria said the silence of the girl unleashed the murderer.
The maniac's first victim was Olha, a 22-year-old medical college student. We don't disclose her family name for her safety.
The victim didn't report the assault immediately. She only did it after the news gained resonance.
It was on the May 24th. A maniac attacked a girl while she was jogging in the evening, but he failed to strangle her to death, and she simply passed out.
Katerina Malichenko phoned Olha many times, trying to get in touch with her, but in vain.
Olha wouldn't answer, so we couldn't talk to her. Although I'm sure she needs time to recover and come to her senses after such a shock.
Maria's words about Veronica knowing what the murderer looks like haunted me. And at that moment, I felt that she learned about it from the first victim of the maniac. Veronica, how do you know about the first victim of the murderer? And what did she tell you?
I was at the interrogation after Maria's death. There was this girl there who described the man. She said his hands smelled strongly of cigarettes. And she said he had huge hands, dark skin, and wrinkles on his face. And that he was around 30 to 35 years old and about 1.75 meters tall.
But based on the description, this man doesn't resemble Vladimir at all. It's an older man and a chain smoker.
Volodymyr doesn't smoke, he's an athlete.
But if Vladimir is not the murderer, then who is this elusive strangler, and how can he be found?
Maria's spirit is here. She says, "Forgive me, my dear Beatty."
This is what Maria used to call me.
She always called her Beatty.
Maria says, "I didn't want to offend you and spoil the celebration for you."
Her funeral was on the 30th, and on the 31st I had a birthday. I couldn't even imagine that something like this could happen.
Maria's showing me a black glove now.
The police told us that they'd found a glove at the crime scene. They took it for examination, but they didn't find any leads.
The murderer left the glove at the crime scene by accident. Yes, it wasn't an accident that he took it off. He wanted to touch his victim's body after assaulting her. Maria asked you not to cry, and she says that she now has a friend on the other side. Wait. 2 dead girls on the other side want to stop the rapist. I understand now. Yana, do you remember I had a vision in which Maria handed me a glove and said, "When you see this thing, there will be 2 of us"? Maria's friend on the other side is another victim of the same maniac. Unfortunately, like Ina's daughter, she didn't survive. Maria says that this girl's name was Alina, and the murderer did to her the same thing as he did to your daughter. I sense that someone here knows about this case. Don't stay silent.
Yes, I know it. I knew Alina. She was my neighbor. We lived on the same street.
At that time, I didn't even think that I would encounter the monster who brings flowers to the murdered girl at the crime scene.
Stay tuned. The shocking investigation goes on. The clairvoyants will find another victim and finally confront the criminal.
Admit it. It gave you pleasure.
What are you talking about? Should I call the police?
It would be a good idea. We have something to tell them about you.
The astonishing investigation continues. The maniac has taken the lives of 3 young women. Can the psychics stop him? Don't miss out. The ghosts of the victims will expose their murderer. Our clairvoyants, Olga Kalinova and Yana Pasinkova, are trying to stop a serial killer.
He has attacked 3 girls already. One of them survived, but the other 2 are dead.
All of them looked rather similar. A certain type of appearance, similar height, and the same hair color.
The first victim was Olha, a student from the local medical school.
She went jogging in the evening, and the maniac assaulted her. Fortunately, he didn't kill her, and she simply fainted.
Somebody scared him off?
And just 2 days later, Maria's body was found in the same park. She lay partially undressed, not far from a path. She was strangled.
She was my only daughter. I gave her everything. I only lived for her.
The motive for the murder was lust. He raped your daughter.
The murderer had one more victim named Alina. She was found in another park, and the MO was identical.
All 3 crimes had a sexual motive. The second victim was also sexually assaulted.
The police investigators hit a dead end.
We've already identified the approximate characteristics of the murderer. It's an adult male, about 1.70 meters tall, with tanned skin and pronounced wrinkles around his eyes.
We've created a composite sketch. Currently, we're checking all the locals, but it takes time.
The spirit of the last murdered girl, Alina, is here.
She was my neighbor. We lived on the same street.
Alina Horbatova was only 20. Like the other victims of the maniac, she was a student, studying to become a teacher and dreaming of working with children.
She was very modest and cheerful.
Alina simply adored children. Her friend Katerina recalls that since they were little, they both dreamed of becoming mothers. Katerina is now 8 months pregnant, but her best friend's dream will never come true.
It's hard to believe this could happen to her. It simply couldn't be her.
Eilena's death resulted from strangulation, likely by a hand or hands. The evidence also indicates sexual assault and beating.
The attacker undressed her and took all of her clothes. Alina's body lay in the middle of the park, absolutely naked.
I wish the psychics would find the monster who killed Alina.
Alina's murder came as a real shock for everyone who knew her. Her family's life came to a standstill. Her parents withdrew from their friends and acquaintances, and they now rarely leave their home.
It hurts a lot.
A week before her murder, Alina started preparing for her summer exams. She rarely went out with her friends and dedicated all her free time to studying. But on the day when she decided to visit her friend briefly, the maniac went out hunting again.
Alina's friend lives a few blocks away from her place, so when she left her friends, she immediately called her mother. She had less than 200 meters left before she reached her home.
2 dead beauties. I see them now. They really look like sisters.
Yes, they did look alike.
Yes, the same outlines.
Alina has something red around her neck, a chain with a gem.
The pendant Olga described was the only item left on Alina's body after her murder.
Maria told me, "You'll save 2 lives when the girl takes off the pendant with the red gem."
Perhaps it's a hint that the killer will claim 2 more victims. But who is he? I need to see the place of her death. Alina's spirit is here. She approached a young woman in the crowd, took off the pendant, and put it around her neck.
It burns in my throat.
It burns through the neck.
Alina's spirit says, Katerina must reveal what she's hiding from everyone.
Are you Katerina?
Yes.
Give me your hand. You knew Alina well.
Alina and I were friends since the kindergarten. We lived on the neighboring streets.
Alina says you must save 2 lives.
She means you and your baby. Alina wants to protect you from someone.
She fears that you might also be a victim of the man who attacked and raped several girls. Could Alina be referring to her own murderer? The man who's currently threatening you has harmed you before. He assaulted you, Katerina.
It's still difficult for Katerina to recall the horror that happened to her. When she was 14, she was assaulted by 2 young men she had known since she was little.
I was walking home around 9 p.m. and ran into them. I'd known them since I was little because my sister went to school with them, and we lived on the same street.
Coincidence or not, but it happened in the parks in the downtown. One of the attackers blocked her path and called his friend.
He said, "You're not going anywhere." Then he started grabbing me.
I see one of the attackers squeezing your neck.
Ivan.
I had a vision of the young man who chalked Katerina, and I had a chance to see him closely. He resembled the man Olga Kalinova described earlier.
It's unbelievable. Could Katerina's assailant be the same maniac sought by the psychics and all the local police?
Hold on. Your attackers got away with what they did, didn't they?
Yes, they weren't arrested. The police intimidated me, suggesting that maybe it didn't happen after all, and they even threatened to beat me up.
2 days later, the police visited Katerina's school. She was too ashamed to even go out in public.
First, the police intimidated you, and then your attackers did the same.
The same people started threatening me. It was terrifying.
After the threats, Katerina withdrew her complaint from the police. The case was buried, and one of her attackers later moved abroad. However, the other one, Ivan, still lives in the city.
I needed to find out if Katerina's attacker had any connection to the 3 attacks we were investigating.
He lives nearby?
Ivan?
Yes.
And recently he started threatening you again.
Well, about a month ago, he said. Let's repeat what we started.
Due to the man's threats, the pregnant woman now fears leaving her home.
The man had a lot in common with the murderer, and most importantly, you weren't his only victim.
After they assaulted me, I was told it wasn't his first attack.
I sensed that Katerina's assailant was somehow connected to Alina. Yana, what did you find there?
These are dried roses. Alina's body was found here, and the roses were brought by a man named Ivan.
Ivan brought a bouquet of white roses here.
Do you know what this resembles? When maniacs visit their victims' graves.
He showed up at her funeral.
Were they friends?
They didn't communicate.
Then why?
I don't understand. Could Ivan have killed both Alina and Maria?
We need to talk to this Ivan. Can you show us where he lives?
I can, but I don't want to.
You won't be meeting him face to face?
But suddenly, something quite unexpected happened.
In the park walked the same Ivan who had assaulted Katerina.
Good evening. You must be Ivan.
Hello?
We need to talk.
Is this some kind of accusation?
Does the name Katerina mean anything to you?
I don't know any Katerina.
She's the woman you assaulted as a teenager.
No, I don't know her. What do you mean?
I mean that 6 years ago, you and your accomplice assaulted a girl named Katerina.
This is ridiculous.
Stop lying and admit it. It gave you pleasure.
What are you talking about? Should I call the police?
It would be a good idea. We have something to tell them about you. Go ahead.
Don't tell me what to do.
I had no doubt that this man had assaulted Katerina, but did he really have anything to do with Maria and Alina's murder? Did you know Alina?
I did.
Were you at her funeral?
Yes.
And were you in the park on the evening of June 14th when Alina was murdered?
No.
Both clairvoyants keep their eyes on the man. Could he really be the murderer?
We tried to delve into his past through his eyes. But I didn't see the murder. The man brought the flowers to the site of Alina's death because he sympathized with her. I know you harassed Katerina again.
Will you stop this nonsense?
Just know that if anything happens to her, we'll find you wherever you go.
What do we do now?
Just a second. I'm tuning into Alina. She's extending her hand, holding something like a postage stamp. She says, "It's hidden at home," and points to a red building.
Could it be her home?
The house where Alina lived is just a few minutes' walk from the park.
As we approached the house, I realized it wasn't the building I'd seen in my vision. But then, what building had Alina shown me? Could it be the murderer's home? But how do we find it? Is anybody home?
The parents of the deceased girl refused to talk to anyone, but we needed something that belonged to Alina.
Alina's father answers the door. The psychics enter the yard without cameras and return a few minutes later with Alina's personal item and photo.
I need to take these things and perform a ritual. We could meet tomorrow morning and continue the investigation.
The clairvoyants worked in their hotel room with the victim's belongings all night long, and in the morning, they simply shock everyone with what they found.
Inna, it seems that this monster has one more victim. She survived, but she's terribly frightened. However, I feel that the maniac attacked her even before he assaulted Alina, and it happened in the same park where we were yesterday with you and Veronica. I sense that the murderer deliberately chose parks in the downtown for his crimes. He knows every corner there, and he knows when there is nobody around. He knows all of this because he lives a bit far from those parks.
A shocking revelation. Could the maniac really live in the very heart of the city? But where can he be found?
I had a vision. I saw a man from behind. He was standing on a playground. He was playing with a little child.
Do you mean his child?
Yes, it's his child. He has a family, and everyone knows him as a good father. No one would suspect him of being a murderer.
This is insane. It means that right now, the beast who took the lives of two mothers' daughters is somewhere out there playing with his own child. But where is he?
I worked with a map of the city last night. For some reason, Alina's spirit pointed toward the lake. Please bring me the map. I'll show you. Thank you.
The psychic points to the lake situated between the two parks where the murders occurred. It is surrounded by residential buildings. Could the killer live somewhere there?
Inna, Do you know this area?
Another park in the downtown?
Yes.
We need to go to that lake.
The clairvoyants decide to drive there. But at that moment, the police informed Katerina Malachenko shocking news. Another young woman come to the police station to report an attack by an unknown man.
We only found out now because she didn't report it immediately. She only did it when these facts gained resonance, and she realized that she was another victim of the maniac.
The young woman, whose name is Diana, was attacked in the same park as Alina, just as the clairvoyant said. The MO is the same: a blow to the head, strangulation, and an attempted rape. The attacker took Diana's pants and shoes, just like in his previous attacks.
I see the maniac on this playground. He's playing with a little child. It's a girl. She says, "Let's go home. It's time to go home. Over there."
Does he live anywhere here?
Yes, his home is somewhere there.
A demon lives here.
It's the same red building that Alina showed me in my vision.
We need to go inside.
There's no one home.
Who lives there?
Olha and her daughter. And what's his name? I forgot.
Andrei.
And Andrei.
It turns out that a man named Andrei has been living in this apartment with his wife and their 4-year-old daughter for several years now. According to the neighbors, Andrei went to the countryside a few days ago, allegedly to visit his relatives.
Do you happen to know the address or the name of the village they went to?
I don't know where they live.
We don't know.
Can we talk?
We sense that the man who lives in this apartment may be involved in the brutal attacks on 4 local girls.
You know, as a neighbor, he's always been polite and cheerful with everyone.
Where does this man work?
He works in the mine.
Do you remember I mentioned the beast that emerged from underground to hunt?
I contacted all the local mining companies, and it turned out that they do know Andrei at one of them. They told me he had recently resigned.
The neighbors gave our experts Andrei and his wife's phone numbers, but they failed to get through to either of them. However, a few days after the investigation, we managed to connect with Andrei's wife.
Could we please meet and talk?
No, I don't want to meet or talk to anyone.
Honestly, I was desperate. To call someone a killer, I needed to look into their eyes, and then it hit me. I could use a photo.
We found Andrei's photo on social media.
I couldn't believe that man could do anything like that. Is it him?
Yes, it's the man I saw during the investigation.
Our journalists urgently passed all the information about the man the psychics suspected of the murders to the police.
We received information about the probable suspect. We're currently working on it.
I don't know. I could even kill him.
His wife will never believe her husband could be a cruel serial killer.
We're shocked. He seemed like a model family man.
The bloody maniac sincerely loves his family.
This is incredible. A seemingly ordinary family man by day, but a ruthless maniac by night?
I see a beautiful young woman with long, fair hair.
Who is she?
He became a dreadful hunter because of her. She's someone from his past.
The cards show unrequited love. The girl didn't reciprocate, and that's when he decided to seek revenge against anyone who resembled her.
But how can he be stopped? We don't even know where to look for him.
The psychics are seriously worried. But suddenly, Yana Pasinkova says what everyone hoped to hear.
He will be punished, and he won't escape. He feels the tables are turned, and he is now the one being hunted. This is why he quit his job and left the city.
I'm having a vision. A woman emerges from a deep pit. She's the one who will stop the maniac.
The secret will be revealed when the woman finds her way out of the tunnel.
Exactly 1 week after the investigation, the police shared with us that they had detained the maniac. He turned out to be a local resident named Andriy, at whose apartment the clairvoyance had been. An hour before his arrest, another victim, who was lucky to survive, contacted the police.
He attacked her and started strangling, and then he attempted to rape her. After that, he threw her into a sewer manhole. However, she survived, climbed out, and called the police.
The police combed the area while the trail was still warm and arrested Andriy while he was getting off a bus.
We already know that he committed 6 crimes. He confessed to all of them and revealed details of how and where he committed them.
During the search of the criminal's apartment, the investigators found the SIM card from the phone of the first victim, Olha, who was fortunate to survive.
This small detail will expose the monster.
Thank you so much.
For such crimes, the possible sentence for the convict ranges between 15 years and life in prison.
Why is a mystical force choking a girl at night? Don't miss out. The clairvoyance will uncover a shocking family secret concerning a double murder. This young woman from Zakarpattia is desperate. She believes her younger sister is in mortal danger.
I really want to ask the psychics to come and help us so she's fine and unharmed.
Alisa Bodnia is a 6th grader and has a good family of a mother and father and an elder sister and brother. Until recently, she was a happy and cheerful child. But everything changed about a year ago. At night,
she got up and her pillow was all bloodied.
My nose began to bleed without stopping. I got so scared.
What I saw, it shocked me completely.
She lost a lot of blood.
Blood was gushing. The mother called an ambulance and the doctors barely stopped the bleeding. It turned out that the blood vessels in the girl's nose had burst.
It could be a viral infection or an injury. There are diseases like hemophilia that cause bleeding, or even cancer.
However, none of these diseases were found in Alisa.
I've never seen someone bleeding without a reason. There's got to be something.
The following night, the bleeding started again, and each time it begins, the girl loses a lot of blood.
I was afraid I might bleed to death.
The doctors are also scared because they can't help the girl.
Sometimes such blood loss can end fatally. She can suffocate from the blood loss.
The family is afraid they might lose Alisa. They believe that some otherworldly force is pulling the little girl to the other side, as before each bleeding episode, someone invisible chokes the girl.
When I sleep, someone chokes me. I am scared.
Someone walks near her. She sees someone.
I'm afraid for my life.
I'm afraid I might lose her.
I really want the psychics to help me.
Clairvoyants Zhana Shulakova and Olena Kurilova, who was already in Zakarpattia for another investigation, took on the task to help the girl.
I had a terrifying vision. This girl was lying on a couch. The couch was brown, and above her was a man. I saw a scene where Alisa was being abused. I asked the cards if this was the girl's future, and the cards answered, no, this has already happened.
Meanwhile, our crew heads to Western Ukraine. On the way there, Zhana Shulakova works with the girl's photo.
A strange picture. A young woman of about 20, all wet and blooded. And she said a very strange phrase, Alisa is not who she seems, but a favor for a favor. What did she mean?
Olena Kurilova is the first to reach the village where the girl lives.
Hello.
Hello.
Can I embrace you?
This is Alisa.
The relatives and neighbors gathered in front of the house. Everyone is concerned about the girl's fate. Meanwhile, Zhana Shulakova is approaching the village.
The cards are showing me a dead boy next to this girl. Something chokes the girl at night. And the boy was strangled. Oh, Lord!
You're bleeding.
Give me a tissue. I felt the same thing that Elisa feels at night. The same thing the boy felt before he died. But who is this boy? And how is he connected to the girl? Can you pull over, please? I need out. Let's walk to the river. I need to wash off the blood.
The crew stopped about a kilometer away from Elisa's house. Suddenly, an otherworldly force attacks Jana Shulakova.
What happened?
I almost got killed.
Get out of the water, quick, it's freezing cold.
Something invisible threw the clairvoyant and our administrator into the river and damaged the audio equipment.
A dead man from the river pushed me. He's pale. He's all white and wearing wet clothes. I need to change. I'm all wet. I was sure that the pale dead man was trying to prevent me from seeing Elisa. He could very well be the spirit that choked the girl. But who is he? And how is he connected to Elisa? I'm set.
Can we go now?
Wait.
The clairvoyant goes to the river, again. But why?
The spirit of a young woman called me. She was all wet and bloodied, and I'd already seen her in a vision. She said a very strange phrase, "Elisa is not who she seems." But a favor for a favor. It seems she has some information about Elisa. And then I was stunned. The same man who pushed us into the water approached the dead woman. The spirits know each other. It's her husband.
Who are these spirits, and what is their relation to Elisa? Are they the ones who choke her at night?
And again, I had that vision about Elisa and the man abusing her. Only this time, I saw something else. A little boy was watching the rape. Was there any violence against Elisa? Did she complain about anything?
No.
But I was sure that there had been violence. Perhaps the girl was too shy to tell anyone about it.
Those two spirits have crucial information about our case. I need to call Elena.
Hello?
I got a little delayed on my way to you. A spirit pushed me into the river.
Mother of God.
The spirit that pushed me and his wife have information about our Elise. You need to come to help me. Meet me at the entrance to the village next to the bridge.
Let's go.
A few minutes later, there's a crowd near the bridge. No one approaches the clairvoyants, but everyone is talking in whispers. Later, we will see why these people are here.
Hello. Those spirits are here. Do you see them?
A woman and a man?
Yes, they both drowned. And I saw this woman in the morning.
She's crying and pointing at her belly.
Was she pregnant?
Did anything like that happen here long ago?
Yes, it did. Anna and Ivan. They celebrated the New Year at his grandmother's. And then they were walking on the bridge and are said to have drowned.
It's horrifying. So it turns out that a young couple who lived in the village really drowned here, and the woman was pregnant. The tragedy happened more than 20 years ago.
And she, Anna, says, "Tell everyone the truth. Help us." They are asking for help because they are considered suicides, but it's not the case. She says, "We were killed and thrown into the water."
A shocking revelation. The pregnant woman and her husband were killed and thrown into the river. But who committed this terrible crime?
And no one was imprisoned, no one was punished.
The criminal case was closed. No one went to jail.
The clairvoyant sensed that the man was thrown off the bridge and died from hitting the rocks, while his wife knocked on the doors of the villagers hoping for rescue.
She says, I ran, shouting, people, somebody help. But no one opened the door for her.
They did knock asking for help. Yes, it's true, it's true.
It's something unimaginable. No one opened the door to save the pregnant woman's life.
The man was doomed. There were several attackers. But the woman could have survived if not for the indifference of the people.
The spirit of the murdered man hates everyone in this village. He blames them for the deaths of his wife and child.
Are there many accidents, deaths, and drownings in this village? Here come 3 drowned people.
That's my relative. My son-in-law. He fell from that bridge.
It was Ivan who took him.
It turned out that after the deaths of the couple, local young men started dying under mysterious circumstances. Locals fear to cross the river. Everyone is sure that some mystical force is throwing people off the bridge.
To tell the truth, people were afraid to come back home from work at night.
And for body kids to approach this place.
The spirit of the murdered man is taking his revenge. In his understanding, not only the murderers are to blame for his family's death, everyone who didn't open the door and didn't help is also guilty. The whole village will suffer. Not only will they drown, they will hang themselves and crash in cars.
Her children hang themselves. 3 young people died.
Young men crash on motorcycles. And there are many accidents in the village.
The spirit is taking them because he and his wife are unavenged.
We thought that Alisa was being choked by these 2 spirits, but it turned out that the couple was killed more than 20 years ago. Alisa wasn't even born then, and the spirits can't blame her for their death.
There were 4 attackers, men of about 30. They were drunk. 2 are dead by now. Here it is, God's punishment, and 2 are still alive. But nothing good will happen to them.
But if we pray to God, can we repent this?
Invite a priest to hold a service for the couple. The spirit of the murdered woman was grateful. She said, "You helped me, and now I will help you." And she repeated the phrase again. Alisa is not who she seems. But this time she added, "Go to the house where she lives. You will find a boy there who saw everything and knows everything." The cards showed me the spirit of a boy next to the girl in the morning.
The boy of about 5 or 6, right?
Yes. Something was choking the girl at night. And the boy was strangled.
The psychics are heading to Alisa's house to find out what is choking her at night.
Oh, God.
There is a little boy of about 6. His neck is all blue. He was strangled. This house was his home. He lived here and was killed here.
Jana, I saw him in my vision.
Ivan.
Whose toys are these?
His favorite.
He was murdered.
Here. The brown couch. Remember, I told you I saw abuse. This girl, were you raped here?
No. We had a brother and a sister. They were murdered. The sister's name was Alina. She was raped and killed.
This is horrendous. The girl's sister and brother were raped and killed in this room, right on this couch.
It turned out that Alisa looks exactly like her murdered sister.
Did it happen here?
Was it here?
Yes. They were found dead on these couches.
I found them.
The children were murdered 14 years ago, and Olha still hasn't forgiven herself for leaving them alone that fateful night.
I'm guilty because I could have not left them at home.
The woman and her husband worked in the forestry, far in the mountains. You can't casually walk such distances.
It's more than 15 kilometers. It's really far away.
So, The parents occasionally stayed overnight at the forester's cabin and left Alina in charge at home.
I left them at around 6 in the evening.
He knocks on the door. He's drunk. He reeks of alcohol. He yells, "Give me money."
The children didn't have any money. Of course, he went berserk.
It was a man who lived nearby. He was looking for money to buy a bottle.
He attacks the girl and tears her clothes. Then he chokes her, and the boy defends his sister. But how can a child handle a grown man? He strangled the girl, and the boy hid. He survived.
Alisa is not scared by the clairvoyant's words. The tragedy happened before she was born, but she knows about the horrific murder of her brother and sister.
Wait. This murderer, the rapist, came back in the morning and finished him off. He strangled him and threw him here too.
What a nightmare. It's impossible to describe in words what the parents saw when they returned home in the morning.
I entered the house and saw a foot sticking out from under the blanket. Alina's foot. It was awful.
Alina was 12, while Ivan was 6. It's hard to even imagine how the family survived such grief.
The world was weird. Everything was weird.
He's in jail.
Volodymyr.
He confessed.
Yes.
I would kill him with my own hands. I can't get over it. Let everyone here, may him rot in jail. May him die there. But how does this relate to Alisa? Why is she in danger?
And why do we only see the boy's spirit, but we don't see the girl?
What if it's her who's choking you? Maybe she wants to come back?
If a spirit needs a body, it has to expel one soul and take over that body. It can choke and kill to achieve it.
Let's try to summon her.
We need Alisa. Please leave us alone with the girl.
Don't be afraid. I'll recite a prayer and I will try to talk to Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Servant of God, Alina. Come.
The girl collapses. It appears that she fainted. Alisa's mother and sister come running, hearing the noise.
Are you alive?
Thank God. Alisa opens her eyes.
Alina's soul is in Alisa's body. Alina and Alisa are the same person.
We summoned the soul of the murdered Alina, and she appeared as soon as the living Alisa lost consciousness.
But how is this possible?
I don't know how to tell you this. Alina is your Alisa. They ended up sharing the same soul. Alisa was born a year after Alina's death.
I can't comprehend it.
You were crying at the cemetery, asking, did you go to the cemetery pregnant?
I just said, God, I want her to live.
You asked for your daughter to return.
I said, thank you. I will soon have a daughter.
You knew it would be a girl. And you knew she would be Alisa. But you still understood that she would be Alina. You brought her back. You gave birth to her again.
God gave me a daughter who's an almost identical copy of her.
Alisa is very much like Alina. The same face, the same smile. I always see my sister Alina in her.
They rarely call me Alisa. Everyone says Alina.
That's why the pregnant woman's spirit from the river told me that Alisa is not who she seems.
Incredible! No one expected such a twist.
It turns out that Alina was 12 when she was murdered. You are also 12. No one is actually choking Alisa. It is her soul at the age when she was murdered. Reliving everything she felt at the moment of death, Alina was strangled.
When was Alina murdered, raped, and strangled?
September 27th.
In 10 days.
A soul experiences the greatest shock on the days of birth and death. As the date of her death approaches, Alina's soul is experiencing increasing stress. The peak will come on September 27th.
Then how do we protect Elisa from danger?
Look. First of all, we know the dates we need to be wary of. And on these dates, please visit 3 churches, light candles for health, and read prayers. And I want to make a talisman for you.
Give me a broad sheet of paper.
When children's hands and feet are outlined, this comes from an ancient ritual of sealing the footprint on the ground, so that the soul wouldn't leave you.
This is what we are doing to help Elisa stay here.
Your footprint will always be with your family. This will be your talisman.
Thank you!
You're going to live your life just as you dream it.
We are so grateful.
We contacted Elisa via Skype as soon as the dangerous date for the girl had passed.
I was terrified of the 27th. On September 27th, I didn't feel very well. I went to the monastery, lit a candle, and prayed. And I felt better.
Nothing's choking her anymore. The psychics helped us a lot. We are infinitely grateful.